Good morning and welcome to week 11 of Gospel Greetings. Last week we spoke about Paul and Timothy at the end of chapter 2 of Philippians. This week we're going to head into chapter 3 and we're going to talk about warning against legalizers and not putting your confidence in the wrong place. I don't know if any of you have flown to Edmonton, but a while ago I flew to Edmonton and they're hanging in the very front of the airport was banners from Stanley Cups and Grey Cup banners and said City of Champions. But as I looked at the banners and flags, I realized they hadn't won anything in 40 years. Edmonton, the City of Champions, but we haven't won anything in 40 years. It's kind of like being a Maple Leaf fan. 1967, woohoo. And Paul is talking to the Philippians now. Philippi was named after Philip of Macedon, who was the father of Alexander the Great. They had a rich heritage, a great pedigree, sort of like guys from Edmonton, City of Champions, but we haven't done anything in 40 years. The same way with the Philippians. But then something else happened. After Paul had preached the gospel, Judaizers came in, legalizers came in and said, hey, you have to keep the law or you're not truly saved. So when Paul writes this letter to them, he's really saying, don't rely on anything. Don't have confidence in anything that's fleshly, no matter how good your pedigree is, no matter how good your works are. So he says in verse 2, watch out for the legalizers, those Jews who would get you off track. Now you may say, well, we don't have legalizers today. Well, I don't know, guys. There's many who would say if you go to church, if you take communion, if you give, help the poor, do these things, they're all good things, but many will feel like they've earned a merit badge with God by doing these things. But then when you look down, Paul says, may have no confidence in the flesh. Now, when I send this email out to you, there's a lot of you who could have confidence in the flesh. You run great companies, award-winning. You have all kinds of top salespeople, voted #1 consumer's choice, etc., etc. And all of those things are okay. Some of you have PhDs and other advanced degrees and CFPs and have thousands of people working for you or reporting to you. And that's okay. And the other thing is many of you are doing great things in our city, serving in ministries, helping, funding ministry. And that's wonderful too. And it's awesome. But Paul says, have no confidence in the flesh. Don't rely on your pedigree. And Paul goes right into his own pedigree. An Israelite of Israelite, tribe of Benjamin, circumcised on the 8th day, according to the law, legalistically faultless. He said, if anybody could stand on his credentials or his pedigree, I could do that. But he says, no, that's rubbish. That's rubbish compared to knowing Jesus Christ our Lord. So when you look at what Paul's saying, he's saying, don't have confidence in these good things you're doing. They're good, but you can only have confidence in one thing, Jesus Christ our Lord. Have no confidence in anything except Jesus Christ. And what he's doing is he's looking at a lesser to a greater argument. He's saying this stuff is pretty good, but it's nothing compared to Jesus Christ. It's all rubbish compared to Jesus. He's looking at the lesser and comparing it to the greater, which is Jesus Christ, our Lord. So happy Canada Day to each one of you. We have another wedding this week. We successfully got Colt and Doug Astley married off this week now. Kevin Conquest is getting married. So enjoy your Canada Day week. And remember this week, have no confidence in the flesh. Do not be like the people from Edmonton. Bless you all. Bye-bye.